All right, round 6. Let's get the show on the road. We have Guus back on initiative. Marat back on Doomsday. This, I have no idea what to expect this
No.
this
I feel
matchup.
the same way. It's just like in general, Doomsday is of course the faster deck. But there is a lot of hate possibility from the initiative side of things. And this is not a normal Doomsday deck, so that also changes things, I guess.
Yeah, I see Heister in chat say it's the worst possible matchup for Doomsday. Okay, that's a
Is
statement.
it? Okay.
I can see that. It's a fast, proactive deck that pressures your life total. I can see that being a bad matchup.
Yeah, but here we go. Turn to Doomsday.
It is a fast Doomsday. That's a thing.
Yeah, I just like I started saying, I figured that decks like Scam would be the worst for Doomsday. I actually play a little bit of Doomsday myself, but I've never played against Initiative, so I wouldn't know how this matchup plays out. But apparently, it's not that great. Good to know.
Scam I could see as well. Just disrupt.
Oh yeah,
and then pressure.
That's a disaster.
Like I remember when I saw Doomsday a couple times a couple years ago when I was still playing what's that thing called, the territorial Kavu, and it's just I have counter spells and at the 4-turn clock. Good luck with that.
Territorial Kavu. Wow.
The card is great. It's a 2-mana 5/5 with upside. But yeah, the initiative is pretty much the same thing, as well as that you don't interact with the initiative mechanic, you don't interact with the monarch mechanic.
Oh.
I don't know how relevant Chalice of the Void is, but I imagine it could be.
Yeah, pretty much.
It could be a problem for sure.
Both on 0 and on 1 can be annoying depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And Archon of Myria can be a bitch as well. It's just Rots does have a counterspell up. Looks like. I think this isn't looking too bad for him.
I mean, this hand is probably the best it's gonna get, right?
For Marat, you mean?
What?
For Marat, you mean?
Oh, yeah, for Marat. Yeah, this is probably
this is. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. That's not to say that Guus doesn't have any ways of dealing with this, but I think if Marat can play around maybe a Solitude, then he should be in a fairly decent spot.
Yeah, actually, the initiative deck is not playing any Blood Moon effects main deck. I think that really helps as well. And now here goes either Caves or Fourth Earlingus.
Fourth would help. Just a big ass fourth and didn't go for it.
Yeah, well, big ass is a bit of a stretch because he's got only 4 mana.
Maybe with a Simeon here. No, we don't have the Simeon.
No, I don't think so.
I think Guus is considering maybe just going for the Case of Chaos Adventurer, wondering if he still has a turn after this. This might be a crucial turn.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, he is going for the fourth.
And I think neither of these things actually really matter depending on what kind of pile Marat built. Decides to force it anyway. Because it looks like a cycling pile, really. Just cycle, cycle, play land. Cycle, cycle, Tassus Oracle. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that's a really
Yeah.
a good start for Marat. Like if this matchup is that bad, then winning game one is really really important, of course.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Marat needs. And let's see if he can do it again. He has 2 more tries to do it, so we'll have to see. Quick sideboard check.
Yeah. So from the initiative side, I would say definitely Magus of the Moon. Probably Mind Break Trap, and that's about it. I guess you
Yeah.
could make a case for bringing in Nora, but I think you'd have to shave too many threats for that.
Yeah, and you're also hitting like your own acceleration, which makes it
Yeah,
even harder.
doesn't seem great.
So I don't think this is a no road matchup either. It just Megas Mindbreak Trap. You definitely bring in Mindbreak Trap.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Um,
And then
Marat's side.
at the absolute
Yeah.
complete other end of the document, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I see Hydro Blast and I like it.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I also see prismatic ending, sorts of plowshares, maybe even Dotsies, but I don't know. This is hard here. This is hard. Yeah.
I think you. I think it's a trap to overboard here. I think you want to keep
Yeah.
it fast and lean. So I like the Hydroblast, and then at most I'd say maybe sorts the plowshares. To take out a Magus of the Moon. Hi sir, yes, this is a 4-color Doomsday list. It's the whose list was it again, Justin?
Mark Tobias,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah,
slightly
it's a little bit
modified.
different, slightly
Yeah.
different. There is a second Edge of Autumn in the list, and I just checked. There's a Predict in there.
Yeah, the one of Predict.
Yeah, it's just I think it's like 73 cards, the same as Mark's list. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know the exact list either, but I'll take your word for it. I was definitely
Yeah,
surprised by the second Edge of Autumn though. I don't think I've seen that
yeah.
before.
It's two Edge of Autumn is stock actually. One is just in Mark's list, like the 4-color deck, but usually blue black Doomsday or black Doomsday plays to Edge of Autumn.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, this is a really cool innovation with the One Ring. I'm curious to see if this deck has any further innovations that can push it to be even positioned even better. Like some Doomsday innovators were kind of debating the white splash if it's necessary. They were all really um, fond of the One Ring, but yeah, I'm curious to see how it develops and if this is like the new hype, if it's here to stay or maybe an an iteration of Doomsday like next to the blue black turbo version. So yeah, I'm um, I'm curious.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I start is pointing out, like with the like quote unquote normal version of Doomsday, the blue black version, you're a lot faster, but you barely have any interaction, and this deck just has a little more interaction with the opponent.
Yeah,
So
and that sounds like it might be a problem in this matchup.
interaction, you mean?
Yeah, being more interactive. I think this is the matchup where you just want to go fast.
Yeah. On the other hand, being able to deal with problematic hate pairs like Recon or Magus, that's really good.
Sure, yeah, sure. If it gets to that, which it might, or a chalice
Or
on one.
this. Yeah, this gets forced.
Yeah. I mean, you have to force this,
Yeah,
but again, from Guus' side as well, you have to try this. So,
yeah, absolutely.
uh, so let me diligent about what I'm doing. There we go.
Looks like next turn we're gonna get a Magus of the Moon. Perhaps even uncounterable with Cavern Souls. There's even two Magus, is that right? Or
Might no,
the oh, it's the Simeon, I guess.
I'm not sure. I can't quite see that, but at least Marat seems to have the answer for it.
Yeah. And there's another chalice on one. Yikes.
I feel like he was considering going for the Magus here and decided to go for the
Yeah,
Chalice first.
I think this is correct.
And it might end up actually saving him here. Because now I don't think Marat has an answer for the Magus next turn.
Depending on what it draws, yeah, it's true. Like he has the island in hand, and if it draws Lotus Petal, and it's a fairy, could start going again.
So we have land go and the Magus comes down and I think we are. Oh, the Null Rod did come in.
Oh,
Interesting.
we have an uncomfortable Magus first. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much game two, I think.
yikes.
Yeah.
Marat trying to push through the ponder. No, but Fus is sharp on his triggers today.
So Marat does have the island, but he can't do anything with the island, right?
No, it doesn't matter. And here comes Nullrod. Jesus. And now it's done.
Yeah, like that locks you out of
Yeah.
all your mana. You don't have any cantrips anymore. You got cyclers, I guess, but like, what are you cycling into? Nothing. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly that.
that was the Teferi actually from the top, but yeah, no mana to cast it. So we're getting a game 3. Is Marat on the play?
Man, this
I'm
is so fascinating.
I'm kind of rooting for Marat. I don't know either of these players, but I like Doomsday. So yeah. taking out some cards. Interesting.
Well, it's also like kind of
Rings. He doesn't care about the rings.
which deck do you hate more, right?
But no, I mean, I really like Doomsday actually. So yeah,
Fair, fair. It's an interesting deck for sure, for sure. Oh, actually, is Marat going for the Daces back in because he's on the play?
yeah, I think so. And I think he actually kept them in. He's going for Thought Seizes, looks like it, and indeed a boarded out 1 days. Uh,
I don't mind boarding the Thoughtseize back in on the play. Actually, I think there's an
it's
argument to
debating
be made for
Serenity actually. Yeah, yeah. Thought Seizes and Days is like name a more iconic duo.
that. For sure, for sure. But also, like, if you're on the play and you're worried about Chalice of the Void, then Thoughtseize is probably fine because you just slam it and it's one less
Yeah.
problem to worry about. But still, this is not a good matchup for Marat here. Then again, if he pulls this out, then he might actually still be live for winning this. So we'll see.
How many players are currently in contention again for still a realistic chance at winning this tournament?
Okay, so
Did we go over the standings before this match?
uh,
Standings,
I,
I
I
think so, but
I don't remember, but looking at the standings, we have Tim as the only undefeated player. No, not undefeated. He has one loss. Tim is at
Yeah.
4-1, so he could theoretically still lose one of these and still be good. And then we have both Marat and Mark. Marat on Doomsday, Mark on Death and Taxes. Who, if they win everything, could still be in a pretty good position. I think everyone else is pretty much out of this.
so basically, if Tim wins the next match at Marat of this round, he is up against Mark actually right now. So if Tim beats Mark and Marat loses, then Tim automatically wins.
I think that's safe to say, yeah.
Because then Marat and Mark would both stick at 3 wins, and Tim would be the only one at 5 wins.
I mean, we still have a round afterwards, right? So if both
Yeah, I mean,
if
yeah.
both Marat and Mark lose and Tim wins, then yeah, he's out of reach completely.
Yeah. Yeah, so either Mark needs to beat Tim right now, and or Marat needs to win.
Okay, so speaking of Tim versus Mark, how do you feel about paradoxical outcome against Death and Taxes?
Interesting question.
I think looking at the field, if there's a deck that has like a good chance against like an artifact deck, it's probably Death and Taxes.
There is a lot of removal in the deck.
You have a lot of removal. Your wastelands are pretty much always online. Your
Yeah.
Taxes effects actually matter because you can start pinching on mana.
Yes. There isn't really any specific artifact hate in Mark's sideboard though. There is Rest in Peace that could disable Emery, slowing potentially slowing Tim down. I don't know. I think Tim made a really good call for today's meta, and I think the deck is just undervalued as a contender for winning tournaments.
But
I think it's really strong.
also a really ballsy move because the deck is not really on everyone's radar. Like, when's the last time you saw a paradoxical outcome in a reasonable sense, right? Like, it's been a while.
Yeah, I watched Tony Scaponi's stream from time to time, So quite some, quite a, quite frequently. But besides that, in paper tournaments, I don't think I've ever seen it. Like the 8 key deck, kind of looks like it. That was popular a few months ago, when the One Ring was just into the game.
Yeah.
But PO deck came later, and
Yeah, it was more mud back then, right?
yeah, um,
Which is still really good for sure.
I'm not convinced about Marat's hand here. It's got some flaws.
I mean,
Like,
it's also a mulligan to
oof.
5, so
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't go to
uh,
4, but yeah, I wouldn't be happy about this.
rough hand, rough matchup.
Yes. And oh, I didn't take a good look at Guus's hand. Um,
Me
so
neither.
Brainstorm and a Ponder go on the bottom.
He still
So
has
it's
a.
a very diverse hand right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, he does have a couple answers,
We have
couple
a
ways
turn
to
one
find
chalice.
answers.
Once upon a time, of course. Starting off. Oh, there's another. Oh, you can't get that with. I think there's a chalice in hand, right?
I think okay, there's one on top of his deck. Well, not anymore, but there
Yeah.
was. I didn't quite catch it. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Which means we're brainstorming for a force of will here.
I would assume so. And that's where Lorien revealed really shows its strength again.
Yeah, again, just such a good card. You like it, High Star?
Yeah, it's a good model to fight, but like for game 3 in this specific matchup, it has quite some flaws. But you can of course have it all.
Like, honestly, I think it's probably a fine hand because it doesn't immediately die and still has possible
No,
zeros.
that's true. But
And
like,
honestly, that's probably all you can hope for at this point, or
yeah.
in general in this matchup. Yeah. Oh, we have a days with
Oh,
2 days.
that's. But there is spirit guide, so it doesn't matter. He knows about the spirit guide too.
True.
He'll try it anyway, probably. But like, if you slam the days with enough confidence, then maybe your opponent doesn't notice that they can actually pay for it, that it isn't a hard counter.
Yeah. Yeah, just enough confidence. And the moment that thing hits the graveyard, it's like, oh yeah, well, you already put it in the graveyard, right?
I actually had that on a GP once. I slammed a spell pierce into a chalice, and my opponent could pay for it, but they let it counter it anyway. But Marat is respecting Guus. Like,
He's not even trying.
big time. No.
I'm sad. I'm sad. Well, to be fair, he could probably just draw land, hope for no Megas of the Moon, and then go for Doomsday.
Yeah, at this point, he's like just not playing Rat Magus anymore, I guess.
I mean, you
Um,
can't.
you,
Like,
you you don't have the luxury to do so. So yeah, this is just where it's at.
Ja, eergisteren ook met Vintage. Vintage Top gewoon 8-0, hè? Ja. Zoiets, 8-0, 8-0-1 laatste ronde ID om top 1 top 8 te gaan. Tot vandaag 8-1 om naar vandaag toe te gaan. Maar die cards zien ja, hij kan dus ook niet. Je kan niet.
Yeah, so the
Oh, dat wel. Het is 200.
so Marat's probably hoping that he draws a black mana source from the top of his deck, and that his opponent doesn't really do anything significant right now.
yeah,
For next 2 turns or so, it's
just Black Source, no Megas. Boom, and you're in it.
yeah. Yeah, but still, there's a lot of pressure in Guus's hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
There's no Vegas though. I'm kind of unsure where we are. Oh, we're apparently in Guus' main phase.
Yeah, he's thinking.
We're getting
of-
Archon. Yeah,
Oh,
that stinks.
oh, that's
That really
pain.
stings. Yeah.
Oh man.
It did draw the dark. Oh my god, the dark ritual. Oh, I feel Marat. So, jeez.
Like he's so
Yeah.
close, you can taste it.
Yeah. I can taste his tears. This is not looking amazing.
Like I can feel the frustration through the walls.
Yeah. Yeah. Understandably so.
Yeah. Also, can I just say, like, we saw Guus with just a really rough start of the day, and he kind of managed to pull it back. Like,
Yeah. It looks like he's going to end this on a 3-3.
maybe a 4-3 if he.
Oh yeah. Oh
also
right.
wins the
There's
next
another
one.
round, of course. Yeah.
And just the mental fortitude to not completely get tilted out of your mind, to go 0-3 into 4-3. Like, I just have to call it out. It's respect for that.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. iStar also sees the writing on the wall and watches their beloved deck get obliterated. And yeah.
Yeah, this game's kind of over. Like, never say never, but did,
Yeah, kind of never though.
did we bring in prismatic ending though? Is the real question.
I think Marat boarded it in, but boarded it out again, and there is the forced negation a little late to the party.
Because if he kept it in, then maybe he's... just X is 1. And
Okay, so if you're in Marat's position, looking at his deck list, what do you need to recover from this?
mana.
Yeah, but it comes in tapped because of Archon.
Is Archon also artifacts?
No, but you can play just one artifact or one spell in a turn, so it's too slow.
Sure, yeah.
So I don't think there is anything. Let's take a look at this deck list again to see if we can figure out the It's a worse definitely. It's worse than Deafening Silence because it says spell, not non-creature spell.
Yeah, definitely
Now,
silence.
it doesn't matter in this specific matchup, but yeah, it's better than Archon. It also costs 2 mana more, so it's rightfully better. But yeah,
Oh, there is the mana. Ah, shit. If he drew that like 4 turns earlier.
yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be it for Marat, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm looking at Marat's deck list, and I don't see any way that he can fix this.
Yeah, me neither. So then, assuming Marat loses, then
And we
Tim-
have to wait whether Tim wins over Mark.
and if Tim loses, then we
Then it
actually
gets interesting.
we actually still have a finals.
Yeah, then it gets really interesting
Wait, if
because that means that Mark and then Mark and Tim would have to well, not both win their match because they would end up at 5 points, 5 wins each.
if they
So-
both like if Mark loses this one, sorry, if Mark wins this one, and then they both end up winning the next one, I think it still goes to Tim because of resistances. I think.
I don't think that works because they all have the same opponents, right?
Wait, doesn't that? Oh fuck! Is that
So
just? Wait.
And you just have to play for it again or something, I
No,
guess.
no, like okay, so you don't get opponent match win
But maybe
percentage.
game wins
Yeah,
maybe.
game wins definitely still works. 'Cause
Yeah,
you got a bunch of 2-0s, you got a bunch of 2-1s. So I think it comes down to game win percentage, which right now is in favor of Tim.
that's true. Yeah.
But that still assumes that Mark wins this one. And then they both win the next one, or Mark wins the next one, or Mark loses the next one, and then Tim wins the next one. What if they both lose? As in, what if Mark?
My brain capacity isn't big enough to calculate that.
Because I think if Mark wins this one and then they both lose the next one, maybe Marat's still in contention.
No, because Marat stakes at 3 points, and Tim and Mark would be at 4.
But then he wins the next one, and then we have like 4 people at 4 points.
That's possible. Yeah.
Okay, so we still have the possibility of just complete ties everywhere. Or Tim just wins this one and we're done before round 7. We'll still do round 7. Don't you worry about that. But it's anywhere between Tim wins now and like a 4 or 5 way tie.
Yeah, it could become a kind of a mess.
Which I'm actually here for it. I'm so glad I don't have to do all these calculations by myself. I just let the computer do it and not worry about this, because this sounds awful.